Coming up on AgweekTV, disabled farmers get back to the job they love with the help of technology. We'll take you to a special dinner in a field where non-ag members get to meet one-on-one with farmers over a great meal. And could Minnesota top last year's record harvest again this year? Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Shauna Olson. Much of the region has been a garden spot this season with historically high crop ratings and good development. Last year, corn and soybean yields set records in Minnesota. So can farmers top that this year? Agweek's Michelle Rook talked to farmers and agronomists at Farm Fest in Redwood County, Minnesota to get their projections.
Minnesota's crop ratings have been running extremely high all season, leaving many to wonder if the state is working on another record crop. Agronomists say while ratings may be similar to 2015, it will be tough to break the record as soybeans didn't get off to as good a start.
There's quite a few beans, especially in southwest Minnesota area, that got planted in June. So that's going to limit us a little bit on the top end yield, and then the replants as well.
However, farmers are more optimistic about their yield potential, even compared to last year.
A lot of fields in the 70s, and that's a good crop. And do I suspect we have the potential to do that this year? I would think.
I'm hoping that we're going to be at least a little bit above average, and I'm thinking that it maybe could even be a little better than that.
As far as the corn crop, it may have even less of a chance of breaking last year's record due to more variability and weather stress or damage.
I don't think we'll have a record crop like last year, because last year we really got everything planted. We didn't have any variation across fields. This year there's some low areas we had to replant. And again, I think some of these storms are limiting us as well.
And that's reflected in farmers' yield estimates, which are at or below 2015.
Last year we were running that 185 to 190, and I'm looking at this year about 170, maybe 175.
I would say it's going to be comparable to last year, and last year we were over 200, not much over 200.
However, he admits August weather will be key for filling, and it may take until the combines roll to determine the actual yield. At Farm Fest, I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Agweek.
This week's crop stop is in northwestern Minnesota. Near Red Lake Falls, Mikkel Pates found Craig Schmitz starting to harvest his spring wheat. He says it's running in the mid-80s with 14% protein. Schmitz says they've had about 5 inches of rain in the past few weeks, and that has slowed them down.
As you can see, it's pretty flat. It's combine and it's pretty slow going because a lot of the crops are down pretty bad. So as long as we don't get heavy rain, it won't be bad if it gives us a break for a little while.
Schmitz farms with his dad. They raise wheat and soybeans. Farming is one of the world's most dangerous jobs. 167 ag workers are hurt every day, some permanently. But Jonathan Knudsen talked to a couple of longtime farmers who had serious setbacks, but are still able to do what they love, thanks to the help of technology.
They don't want your pity. They just want to keep farming. I'm visiting with 2 farmers who are doing that, thanks to special equipment.
The whole life changed, and not for the better.
Russell Carlson was working on a pole barn when the ladder broke. He fell to the ground, suffering massive injuries.
I figured I was be laying in bed the rest of my life.
He's paralyzed from the chest down, but special equipment helps him keep doing what he loves.
I wanted to get back into the tractor if at all possible, and heard about this adaptive equipment that allows you to get into the tractor or a combine and go out in the field and work. And it's just great to get back out and go over the same fields you were going over your whole life. A great feeling.
You just gotta keep pushing. Been pretty trying. Heart surgery, that wasn't bad. That was kind of a piece of cake. Cancer surgery, that's a whole different story.
Cancer left Jim Hansen with nerve damage that severely limits his mobility. his farming career could have been over, but power lifts on a pickup and combine allow him to stay active.
That's the main thing that gets me in it.
Away you go.
Everything is hand controlled. The lift on the combine, you can see that there, that comes down. That was their first put on. It's a lifesaver. I mean, I'd have probably said the heck with it a long time ago.
Technology can be complex and controversial, but at its best, it helps people live better lives. It's doing that for these farmers. For Agweek, I'm Jonathan Knutson.
Up next on Agweek TV, area farmers get an up-close look at an organic dairy cattle operation on the West Coast.
Make the ultimate upgrade this harvest with Goodyear LSW tires. LSW improves your footprint by up to 37% and gives you the ability to carry larger loads at lower inflation pressures, reducing soil compaction for a better yield next season. LSW tires are proven to reduce road load, making sure you can run at full speed from field to field, expediting your harvest. Visit your local Graham Tire to make the switch. When you reap the benefits of LSW tires, you'll know you're in Graham country.
Come visit us at Dakota Fest for more information.
My name is Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called a cornstalk guide. Helps guide corn stalks into the grabs in the chains a lot smoother without losing corn. The corn stalk, when it comes off of our product, it's already on the gathering chain instead of being able to hit that idler. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
If you love the outdoors, you need to check out Northland Outdoors magazine. Printed quarterly, Northland Outdoors is the premier publication for outdoors insight and imagery. Outdoor lovers across the Northland have embraced the in-depth stories and incredible photographs. And best of all, it's free. Go to northlandoutdoors.com and click magazine. Northland Outdoors. Amazing people, incredible stories, exciting adventures.
The American farmer. You nurture the land, the livestock, and the future of agriculture. Nationwide and your local On Your Side Farm certified agent stand with you to help protect your farm and ranch operations. We're in this together.
I've been working with farmers and ranchers for over 30 years, and I understand the demands and risks they face. It's important for me to build a personal relationship with each and every customer. It's what I do. I'm Ray Trudeau, an elite farm certified agent, and I'm on your side.
The North Dakota Soybean Council See for Yourself program recently took a group of farmers to the West Coast to get a closer look at ag in that part of the country and how North Dakota crops are used, transported, and shipped in the region. Agweek photojournalist Cody Rogness went along and gives us an inside look at an organic dairy operation.
This is my family's farm. It was established in 1924, so I'm the fourth generation on this farm. I work with my dad and my husband and my kids and my mom. We're an organic dairy. We ship to Organic Valley, and we have now for 11 years. We milk 200 cows. So if you want, we're gonna go ahead and go on over to the babies, and we'll start there. So this is our babies. When a dairy cow has a calf, we usually give our cows about 24 hours with their babies. But the reason we separate them is because a dairy cow produces enough milk for anywhere from 2 to 4 babies. So she's gonna need to be milked. So we separate them, and once they're about a week old, we bring them here. They're in these little hutches, one, because we don't use antibiotics. We wanna make sure they don't get sick. So everything goes into preventative. So we put them in here, they're in here for 2 months. They get a gallon a day, and then they have free choice hay, grain, and water.
It's incredibly important for farmers and ranchers to learn about other areas of agriculture, to go to different areas, talk to different farms. We're all in this together and we need to work together, and having an understanding about what each other is doing is very important.
So this is our second heifer facility. So each one of these pens has enough beds for every single calf. By the time they're 7 months old or so, they leave the property and they are out to pasture until they come back. So that's also part of our certification. They have to have grass after a certain age, and her minimum days on pasture has to be 120. That's the minimum that she will be on pasture every year. But there's also a requirement of how many cows you can have on so many acres. You know, the maximum being 3 cows per acre. So part of our actual rules state that they have to eat so much of the pasture themselves. We can't cut it, put it in front of them. They actually have to go out and graze 30% of their dry matter.
They have to be really specific to what they do. They have to mind their P's and Q's. All dairies do, you know, a lot, and the organic ones even do it to the next extreme. So they pay really good attention to their health, the health of their animals and how they handle their animals, and the comfort of their animals. I think they do a very good job here, especially on that.
So we milk at 3 in the morning and we milk at 3 in the afternoon. They'll come in here into a holding cell. We wash our cows, so we have a shower that comes up from the bottom and it just washes their bellies. And then they come in here 6 at a time on each side. It takes only 7 minutes or so to milk a cow. It takes roughly 5 hours to milk all of the cows, and that's including this setup and takedown of the cow.
I was a little surprised at the difference in the fact that cows last longer. A couple of years, a 4.5-year-old cow in a general dairy barn is probably done, where they get up to 6.5 generally here at organic. That was quite surprising to me.
It was really interesting to get their perspective. We heard about the rules and regulations they have to work with and work around, and they, like the soybean producers, you know, have to listen to their consumers and respond to what the buyer needs.
Conventional dairy producers get $14 per hundredweight for their milk. Organic producers get $34 per hundredweight. Organic milk sells for up to $10 per gallon in the Portland area. The higher price reflects higher production and operating costs. As harvest gears up, will the weather cooperate? Your Agweek Outlook is next. And later, thanks to high consumer demand, prices are good for area wool producers.
Coming out August 29th, don't miss the 2016 Agweek Directory inside your Agweek magazine. This publication is a resource of services and information. The 2016 Agweek Directory. Find it August 29th.
In today's marketplace, maximizing your harvest is more valuable than ever. Improve the efficiency of your operation by adding a Prairie air reel to your harvester today. A continuous stream of high-velocity air quickly feeds crop back to the auger, getting your crop off the cutter bar and into the header. This minimizes shattering and reduces the amount of header loss. At harvest time, every second counts and every bean counts, so you can count on Prairie.
Commitment. You need it to succeed on the farm. It's total dedication to the land, family, and community. It's more than a way to make a living. It's a way of life. You've had it since the first time you ran your hands through the soil, helped bale hay, or rode along in the combine. Your commitment. It's as strong as your family's trust, as honest as each long day you put in, and as pure as the opportunity that comes with every tomorrow. It's how we build our bins. With proven design, superior structural integrity, a lifetime warranty, and a promise to stand with you, no matter what storms come your way. The harvest will always be protected, so you can sell when it's right for you, your family, and your farm. Commitment. It's why we can say, there's nothing standard about superior.
My name's Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called a cornstalk guide. Helps guide corn stalks into the grabs in the chains a lot smoother without losing corn. The corn stalk, when it comes off of our product, it's already on the gathering chain instead of being able to hit that idler. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
Agweek, the region's premier ag publication, is giving you a chance to win your own drone. When you are at Dakota Fest, August 16th through the 18th, make sure to stop by booth 2203 to meet the Agweek staff and register to win a DJI Phantom 4 drone.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White, and thanks for joining us here for Agweek weather. And this week we are talking about we're going into fall now, and just kind of give you an idea of what we can expect in terms of temperatures and precipitation going through the rest of August into September and October, and also look at what's been happening the last couple of weeks. You know, here in the Northern Plains, we've gotten quite a bit of heavy rainfall, especially in parts of North and South Dakota, even parts of Minnesota. And so as we look at the drought monitor, there is still some dry conditions, mainly in central and western South Dakota. Those areas haven't really gotten much rainfall, but in North Dakota, still looking pretty fine, and also Minnesota as well. But there is a little bit of some dry areas south of Fargo, and we are going to continue with that. But I do expect at least some periods of scattered thunderstorms here in the next couple of weeks. Now, down across the southeast, they are also dealing with dry conditions, but they're also expected to get some more storms. Meanwhile, California, like it's been happening for the past few years, still in a very bad drought. But they're at least going to see some precipitation here and there in the coming weeks. But as we look at temperatures going through the rest of August into September and October, it does appear like most of the country is going to be seeing near or above average temperatures through at least the beginning of the fall season. So it does look like that the warm summer that we had is going to continue into the fall, turning more into a warm fall as well. And as we look at the jet stream, what's been happening, there's a ridge that's been building in across the southeast. One of the reasons why they have actually seen drier conditions, they haven't been getting as much rainfall, as much precip, but that's going to start to break down. So the jet stream is going to become more zonal, and we are going to still see some systems passing through, bringing the chance for more scattered thunderstorms and periodic chances for some heavy rainfall. So here's what I'm thinking as we go through the upcoming week. The main storm threat's going to stay down to our south as the jet stream begins to dig in just a little bit further south. Meanwhile, dry conditions will continue across the northwest. But California, where they have had the drought, I do expect at least some chances for rainfall here in the coming weeks. But stormy conditions are expected across the southeast into the mid-Atlantic states. Meanwhile, much of the northeast does look to be at least seeing equal chances, whether dry or wet. And then across the northern plains, we are still expecting more chances for scattered showers and storms. So to recap, near or slightly above average temperatures are expected going into the fall season. So September and October, I should say. Then we will also see the chances for more storms coming in, mainly across the northern plains, going through this week and into September and October, and also the chances for heavy rainfall through the next couple of weeks.
Make the ultimate upgrade this harvest with Goodyear LSW tires. LSW improves your footprint by up to 37% and gives you the ability to carry larger loads at lower inflation pressures, reducing soil compaction for a better yield next season. LSW tires are proven to reduce road load, making sure you can run at full speed from field to field, expediting your harvest. Visit your local Graham Tire to make the switch. When you reap the benefits of LSW tires, you'll know you're in Graham country.
Come visit us at Dakota Fest for more information.
My name is Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called a corn stalk guide. Helps guide corn stalks into the grabs and the chains a lot smoother without losing corn. The corn stalk, when it comes off of our product, it's already on the gathering chain instead of being able to hit that idler. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
In today's marketplace, maximizing your harvest is more valuable than ever. Improve the efficiency of your operation by adding a Prairie air reel to your harvester today. A continuous stream of high-velocity air quickly feeds crop back to the auger, getting your crop off the cutter bar and into the header. This minimizes shattering and reduces the amount of header loss. At harvest time, every second counts and every bean counts, so you can count on Prairie.
The American farmer. You nurture the land, the livestock, and the future of agriculture. Nationwide and your local on-your-side farm certified agent stand with you to help protect your farm and ranch operations. We're in this together.
I've been working with farmers and ranchers for over 30 years, and I understand the demands and risks they face. It's important for me to build a personal relationship with each and every customer. It's what I do. I'm Ray Trudeau, an elite farm certified agent, and I'm on your side.
The country's biggest marketing wool warehouse is in western South Dakota. It's in the heart of a major sheep area, and 1,700 ranchers bring their wool to the center of the nation warehouse. Mikkel Pates gives you a look at what happens at the facility.
About a fifth of the nation's wool supply is handled through Center of the Nation Wool in Belfouche, South Dakota.
We're really the middleman that gets the wool bales from the ranchers, does the marketing to textile firms, and we're the economic link. We get them a wool check at the end.
Wool is brought to this facility from North and South Dakota, Minnesota, Montana, and Wyoming. About 25 million pounds of wool is produced in the U.S. each year, and about 5 million of that comes through this warehouse. Prager says the market is strong, driven by high consumer demand.
It's driven by quality. It's also driven by fashion. It's driven, for example, the relative strength of our dollar against the Australian dollar is a part of that. But generally, inventories are current. We visually inspect every lot. For quality, we pull out each one, and the things we're looking for is staple length, softness, color. We don't have any surpluses. We don't have some of the other commodity issues with oversupply or with storage. Demand for wool really is pretty solid.
While much of the region's agriculture is undergoing low commodity prices, one byproduct of the sheep industry, wool, is having a strong time of it. This is Mikkel Pates for AgweekTV in Belfouche, South Dakota.
The price of wool has been relatively high and stable for the past few years, averaging around $2 a pound. Coming up next on AgweekTV, we'll take you to the 3rd annual Banquet in a Field.
Agweek, the region's premier ag publication, is giving you a chance to win your own drone. When you are at Dakota Fest, August 16th through the 18th, make sure to stop by booth 2203 to meet the Agweek staff and register to win a DJI Phantom 4 drone.
My name is Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called a cornstalk guide. Helps guide corn stalks into the grabs and the chains a lot smoother without losing corn. The corn stalk, when it comes off of our product, it's already on the gathering chain instead of being able to hit that idler. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
If you love the outdoors, you need to check out Northland Outdoors magazine. Printed quarterly, Northland Outdoors is the premier publication for outdoors insight and imagery. Outdoor lovers across the Northland have embraced the in-depth stories and incredible photographs. And best of all, it's free. Go to northlandoutdoors.com and click magazine. Northland Outdoors. Amazing people, incredible stories, exciting adventures.
Commitment. You need it to succeed on the farm. It's total dedication to the land, family, and community. It's more than a way to make a living. It's a way of life. You've had it since the first time you ran your hands through the soil, helped bale hay, or rode along in the combine. Your commitment. It's as strong as your family's trust, as honest as each long day you put in, and as pure as the opportunity that comes with every tomorrow. It's how we build our bins. With proven design, superior structural integrity, a lifetime warranty, and a promise to stand with you, no matter what storms come your way. The harvest will always be protected, so you can sell when it's right for you, your family, and your farm. Commitment. It's why we can say, there's nothing standard about superior.
Coming out August 29th, don't miss the 2016 Agweek directory inside your Agweek magazine. This publication is a resource of services and information. The 2016 Agweek directory. Find it August 29th.
It's a special night at Peterson Farm Seed near Prosper, North Dakota. Common Ground is putting on the 3rd annual Banquet in a Field. It's a chance for people who are not in the ag community to come out, have a great dinner, and meet one-on-one with farmers and learn more about the products they grow.
FFA students will be serving you.
Banquet in a Field all started with Julie Peterson with Peterson Farm Seed.
I was on the ag committee for the Red River Valley Ag Education Center. And I came back one summer and just so frustrated with the lack of information that these Fargo people, they'd go through the building and they had no idea what agriculture was about.
So she found this idea.
And I said, we could do that.
She hooked up with the women of Common Ground, North Dakota, and offered her farm.
I'll plant all the crops. Let's feature North Dakota farmers. And let's invite Fargo people that are not farmers. Let's tell our story.
This year, the biggest yet. More than 100 people like Carrie Brusvin visiting the farm.
I came here not really knowing very much, to be honest, but always been very interested in food.
These field peas have pretty high protein, don't they?
Very high, yeah.
The dining experience.
We have some field pea pesto and some flax bread. And
starts with appetizers.
That's good.
So there are several tables set up, and at each table they have different products that are grown and raised right here in North Dakota. With a farmer at each table to answer people's questions. And Nancy, what are some of the biggest questions, or what are the biggest things people are learning here today?
Well, very surprised of all the products that we do get out of a sugar beet, and that we do use all of the beet.
Mark Askegard raises flax and has done so for the last 15 years.
Either people are pretty well informed about the health benefits of flax and how it's grown, or they don't really know anything about it.
It's mostly split pea soup.
And this year, a table featuring field peas.
They're curious what you can do with it, how the grain works, where it's raised. That's the nice thing, is you can kind of share where how farmers in North Dakota are planting this and utilizing it.
Well, this year we decided to do pulled lamb.
Then it's off to dinner prepared by a chef and the NDSU Meat Science Lab with lamb sliders and beef tri-tip steak.
Beautiful.
And a farmer or two at each dining table.
Here you go.
Holy bucket.
All served up by FFA members from around the state.
It's nice to come here to this event to get the truth about what it actually is, where it comes from.
It's been a great thing.
Peterson says this year they offered combine harvest rides to interested visitors. Thanks for watching this week's edition of AgweekTV. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com. We'll see you next week.